So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and tonight I'm joined by one of the singers from legendary power metal band Helloween. I have Andi Deris here with me. So, Andy, how are you today?
Not too bad. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. So actually, we are island to island. So
Oh,
we
where are you right now?
on the Canary Islands.
Oh, so are you on
Yeah.
vacation?
No, no, no. I'm living here. It's like
Oh,
African islands. I'm living here since 28 years already.
oh, nice. Oh,
So
the
that's funny.
Canary Islands. Okay, near Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
that's
just I don't know why. Okay, nice. So yeah, we're here to talk about the upcoming album, Giants and Monsters, which will be released on August the 29th through Raining Phoenix Music. So so glad there you're enjoying your cigar. So Andy, I want to ask you, this is your album, I believe, number 16, if I'm not mistaken. What can the fans expect from this new album in sound and also themes that are covered?
well, sound as much analog as possible. We did it again. We hired all the analog studios still around in Germany, and then we ported everything on the latest stage into the digital domain. So yeah, I could say it's definitely analog sounding. We even recorded also certainly analog 3 drum kits. So our poor Danny, the drummer, had to actually record 3 times the album with 3 different drum kits. Simply, we wanted to have the luxury to swap. So like electronic musicians, they have thousands of kick drums and thousands of snares at their fingertips, so to say. And I always dreamed about having like two or at least two. Now we have 3 different drum sizes. So we have a smaller sounding kit, a mid-sized kit, and a very broad, big, fat kit, Ludwig. So this was fun actually to have the possibility to let the drums breathe as much as possible without equalizing and compressing the shit out of it. And actually, it works. I can hear it. I love it. If people will hear it, I don't know, but it sounds good. That's the main thing. How it's being done at the end of the day is doesn't matter. But for us, it was a nice journey to finally being able to do that. But it means you need to rent the studio a little bit longer. But for me, it personally was worth it. I always wanted to do this, and everybody was fan of it. So Danny, he loved it as well. Being the drummer, I thought, okay, in the middle of the recording, he will go like, "Oh, piss off! I already played the whole album, and now I have to do it again." But no, he was enjoying it very, very much. Yeah. Um, if you go through the album, I would say you have a cool mixture. It reminds me a bit of that feeling of the Keeper albums because you have this roller coaster. There's like heavy metal, speed metal anthems, and suddenly you have a rocker and you calm down again. There's another speed metal going on, and there's a ballad calming down, and then there's another speed metal coming on. So this is something I really love when I listen through the album. I'm not completely constantly bombarded, but I always have this time to breathe with this or that song, like songs like Little is a Little Too Much or Tokyo or Hand of God or the ballad if Into the Sun. So yeah, I think the roller coaster is here in a very good way. I love it.
Yeah, Into the Song is a good one. It's a good like power ballad, and having the like more than one vocalist shine to it. So something I was reading about you guys, you're 7 people in a band, but you said like in interviews or like quoting you that friction is a big part of the motivation for creating music for you guys. Can you elaborate on that?
What is a big innovation?
Oh, the friction in the band,
Oh yeah.
because you're 7 people, not everyone likes the same, but that helps
Hmm.
when you're creating music.
Well, it's always good to have different opinions and different ideas. Um, if one of us would say, I don't like the song, but the others love it, then the one who doesn't like is just trusting the others that it'll become a great song and keeps his mouth shut. That works fantastically. And certainly, I mean, the best example was Giants on the Run. Giants on the Run was finished. I already put everything up on the Dropbox to being downloaded by the boys, listen to it. But Kai, being Kai, he never downloaded it. He is that guy, he doesn't read your emails, he doesn't give a shit. I mean, it's Kai. And yeah, suddenly, like 3 days later, there was an email from Kai. Oh, I just finished Giants on the Run. Congratulations, what a great song. And I think I found some great middle part here. And so I listened to it and I told myself, okay, this is something I do like much more than my own shit I did. So I gave him a call and said, you're quite aware that my song already was finished up on the Dropbox, completely arranged, all the middle parts, solo parts. Oh, really? Oh, shit, I missed that. I'm sorry. I said, don't say sorry. I have to thank you because your middle part is great. Okay. I'm glad you love it. I said, yeah, I'd love to do it, but you have to sing it. And he was like, oh, really? Wow, great. Yeah, love to do that. Blah, blah, blah. But Kai being Kai, you just leave him alone and he comes with the best ideas. And yeah, I love that shit. So there's lots of accidents in the band because we are a chaotic band, you could say, you know. But this chaos brings up more ideas and more ideas and more ideas. At the end of the day, we had like nearly 23 super songs on the table. And knowing the band, it's impossible to choose out of 23 great songs, one album of 10 or 11 songs. So we gave it to the management. We have like 5 Helloween fans working for the management, and we told them, you pick. otherwise the band would go to war.
Yeah. That's a good way to get that like stress off your chest. So when you
Yeah,
guys, because you have various people singing, how do you decide? Okay, I'm gonna sing this part. You sing this part. What's the process for that?
well, on the last album, we actually were sitting in the studio with the lyric sheets on our knees and discussing for 3 days who is singing what. And Michael Kiske and we said, well, this time we're going to do it differently. This time we both will sing the whole album and let them decide, because you lose so much time with discussions and blah, blah, blah. Why not singing the whole album? Then we call it a day. Michael and I went down to the beach, enjoyed, and like late afternoon, we came back to the studio and listened to what they did. And 90% for me and Michael was perfect. There was 10% that we did not like that much. That's we changed. Another 5% we were not willing to sing. We give it to Kai.
Okay, that's a good way to do it. So the first single that you guys released for this is Tokyo. Why did you pick that one as a single?
Well, first of all, it's a very polarizing song. So we were quite aware that the people will talk about it. Some people will love it. Some people will go like, oh, that's not a typical Helloween speed metal song. That's what we would have expected. It's always good to let the people talk, because then there were lots of people saying, yeah, then wait a little. I mean, this is Helloween. There will be speed metal on it. Certainly it is. But it's always good to let the people talk. Second reason is it's a great song. It's a very catchy song. So maybe it opens doors for people who are not in the metal, but would be into metal if they have a chance to enter. And I think that's a great song for people who don't know about metal to enter. So this is always good. And the third, but definitely very important point is I always wanted to say thank you to Japan, because they actually gave me personally the first success of my life with my first band, Pink Cream 69. We had like super success in Japan, and then the rest of the world followed. So for me, this country was actually the ones who gave me my career. And I always wanted to say thank you. So I came up with This Is Tokyo, but that's only the synonym for Japan.
No, that's a good, and Japanese fans are very loyal,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
to metal bands. So that's a good reason. So other tracks that I really enjoyed a little is a little too much. I
Yeah.
thought that was a great one. I think that one has also dueling like parts. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, in itself, I loved this title when I first recorded it. And I said, okay, it's funny. It's something like Halloween could do if we have like the guys doing a little bit more of the Halloweenish guitar works, with which I did not. So I did not have the second voices and everything on it that you listen to it now. You got like these twin and second dill 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 staccatos going on. This is not being on my demo, but the song itself I found very attractive. I love the refrain and everything, but the theme was a bit too serious because it was about that famous drop too much and everything boils over, and it sounded very dystopian. But the funny thing is, I only had to change 3 sentences, and everything is now a very funny subject. It's about us remembering back in the days when you had your first sexual thing going on, not to come too early. So a little is a little too much.
Okay.
But I love I loved the smile that everybody was smiling. I said, "Are you really talking about what I think?" And I said, "Yes," because the lyrics before that were too dystopian. Because that little is a little too much could be a very, very aggressive thing going down in the world, and I didn't like to have that on a really actually positive song. It sounds so positive. I did not want to end up with dystopian lyrics, so I changed it into that subject.
A good change from
Yeah, yeah,
serious to like remembering like it's the like yeah, everyone can remember when they're young and they're having that first thing
yeah.
and you suck mostly because
Yeah,
you
but
don't know what you're doing.
nobody wanted to suck, you know. So that's why I was saying in the lyrics, okay, if the ship goes down, let it swim one more round, you know. So
So,
what does matter at the end of the day? But it was funny back in the days. It was so important. It was so important. But yeah, um, still when I'm meeting up with my boys and from my school friends, it's always a subject, you know. Do you remember back in the days?
ma-
Yeah, who doesn't?
maybe that song can be used for like a medication for premature ejaculation or something like
Please not.
that. You never know, man. You could get good money out of it, but yeah, no, hopefully not. So
No.
yeah, that's a good thing. And the album, I think the title "Giants and Monsters" is because there's like giant epic fast songs and like aggressive songs, but you have the power ballad. So I think it's a good way. So on that way subject, I wanna show the artwork, so we can
Mhm.
talk a little bit about the artwork because that's something with Halloween. Halloween has always had like great artwork, the pumpkin head and everything. So here, the pumpkin head is a god. So tell us a little bit about what you guys wanted with this album cover.
Well, it's that constant fight between giants, which are us, and the monsters we have in ourselves, or the monsters you meet outside in the world you have to fight against, like people who envy you or people who don't like you to succeed or whatever. The idea came up actually when I was really watching on YouTube. I was watching a documentary about giants being wandering on Earth back in the days. It's already written in the Bible and in the Hindu texts, and all the big religions, the world religions, talk about that back in the days there were giants wandering on Earth. I thought that's very interesting. God would have punished the giants. They would not have a longevity of 1,000 years or 600 years as they used to have, and they've been smaller. And I thought, okay, if that's true, we still have this giant in ourselves. And honestly, I think we do. Everybody I know, including myself, has always this inner feeling that we could be more than we are. We could be much bigger. We could be giants. It's given. we are giants, but with an amnesia, we are on the run. And actually, we have to find ourselves to get back to being giants. Maybe that has to be, yeah, be rewarded by a higher being like God or whoever decides us being giants again, or it's simply ourselves who could decide to become giants again. And the monsters, as I just mentioned, are the little voices in your mind, in your head, who go like, ah, you can't do this, you can't do that, because of education, because of politics or whatever. And the real monsters out there, as I just mentioned, enemies of yours, people who don't like you, people who envy you and try to make you not succeed and all that shit. So I really thought, yeah, that's lyrically exactly what's been talked about in the album. Funny story is that the artwork artist was asked, what does he mean when this guy fighting the monsters has the pumpkin in his hand, his head in his hand, and he said, well, whatever you do, you just don't lose your head. And I thought that's funny.
Yeah, that's a funny way to put it. Also, the pumpkin in the head, I thought of Sleepy Hollow, the headless horseman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Helloween uh, has always had like great album covers. Like when I always expect a great album cover from Helloween. So this one does not disappoint. So yeah, this is out on the 29th. So just a few weeks from now, I'll post the link for people who want to pre-order. So are you guys playing some festivals now that the album's coming out? What are the plans?
Well, the plan is now the boys are already in the rehearsal room because they have to rehearse some 3 hours of material. We're gonna cap the show around about 2.5 hours because we have a great support band playing 75 minutes, Beast in Black. And yeah, but we have to have at least a half an hour longer material because we want to swap the shows, change songs, because fortunately, we had the biggest concert halls here in Europe sold out in a short time. But luckily and happily, we were able to book the same concert hall for a second and a third night. And being aware that lots of people buy 2 or 3 tickets for each and every night, so not to disappoint them, we decided to change. So the next night has different songs and the third night has different songs. So you need a little bit more material. So, but we have half an hour prepared to actually make the whole second and third show a little bit more interesting and not exactly the copy of the first night. So,
Well, with 16 albums, I think you have enough material to pick from and do like different things here and there. Is there like a song that you because there's songs that every artist plays that if you don't play it, the fans are mad. Is there a song that you always have to play?
several. So I remember back in the days we dared to not play I Want Out. They were nearly killing us. Then there was a tour in the 2000s, I think. There was no Future World. They nearly killed us. I remember back after show, after the last encore, they were still shouting Future World, Future, because that's the song we didn't play. So there's songs like I Want Out, Future World, Dr. Steen, Eagle Fly Free. These are definitely songs you should play. Power, you should play. And yeah, it's very hard. I remember there were shows where we did not play a ballad, like Forever and One, for example. I'm just waiting that this time when we don't play Forever and One, they probably give us shit again. But now we want to concentrate on Into the Sun, and we have a nice little medley of ballads. So, but still, I already hear them after the concert. Oh, you didn't play Forever and One. Oh, you fuckers, and you know. So yeah, what can you do? It's 2.5 hours. I think we did a good job. It's a great running order. There's lots of songs of our homepage where the fans told us to play this and told us to play that. So there was like lots of those songs included, songs that we never played before, songs that we haven't played for decades. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting running order, even though 2.5 hours, it's never enough. I mean, back in the days, I remember when we played like the first Pumpkins United tour, we had 3 hours 20, sometimes 3 hours 30. And still people were complaining that we didn't play this or didn't play that. So you can't be everyone's darling. We try to find the ballpark. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, almost playing 4 hours. That's like a part-time job.
It is, but you have to see. I mean, we are two singers, or 2.5. I mean, Kai is also singing.
Yeah.
So the main reason why you cannot go over 2 hours are the singers. If you're the only singer in a band,
Oh,
you always have to think about that the next day is another show. So if you cross 2 hours, it's for the vocal cords impossible to recover. So that's why only a few bands are capable of playing like 2.5 or 3 or 3.5 hours, which we will definitely do again when we will not find a great support band like we did this time with Beast in Black, and we are deciding to go only as Helloween the way we did for the Pumpkins United, and we're gonna play 3.5 hours again. Sure.
Yeah, that's a long commitment, but obviously having two singers
Makes
helps
it
that. Yeah.
First of all, it makes it possible. Second of all, it really makes it easier.
Yeah, it is easier because when you don't have to sing, you can rest. And so, yeah, not everyone is blessed with having two talented singers.
Three.
Free, exactly. You have free, like that's. I think. I think you're the only band that has free people that sing, unless you count Def Leppard, that everyone sings.
Def Leppard, yeah, but Def Leppard still has Joey as the lead singer.
Yeah.
We have 2 lead singers and have another lead singer, so to say. But the good thing is, I remember the last shows we did with Helloween. 3 of the last shows I had to just sing with myself. I only Andy because Michael was in bed. Michael was sick. So it's a hard time to be again the only singer. You had to cut down the whole show to 1 hour 45, but Kai was giving me so much help. It's possible to sing a Helloween show just with Kai. It's perfect. Even 2.5 hours would be possible. I don't want to see that because without Michael, it's no fun. I need Michael. I'm used to Michael now. It's fun. There's always laughter on stage. There's always some fuck ups going on where we can laugh our asses off. So yeah, I missed him. There were three heavy shows without Michael. I don't like that. So
no, I would bet not. So Andy, it's been great chatting with you. You're almost done with your cigar. So before I let you go, anything you like to say to the fans before we go?
Well, it would be a dream. I mean, you're on a beautiful island. I thought I'm talking to a guy in Costa Rica, but it's Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. But in the beginning, I thought you're from Costa Rica. Puerto Rico would be fantastic to play there. So if there would be a chance to play Puerto Rico, please invite us. So I'm an island monkey, I love islands.
Yes, it's the vibe is different. It's more loose. It's good weather. So yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I've seen lots of pictures. So Puerto Rico would be also a dream come true if I had a chance to make like a 2 weeks holidays or something like that.
Yeah, no, you would have fun. But obviously, Helloween has a lot of fans here, so people would be excited to watch a Helloween concert here in Puerto Rico. So, Andy, again, I want to thank you for taking some time of your day to chat with me. It's been an honor. So,
My pleasure.
Couchers, the new Helloween album, Giants and Monsters, out August 29th on Raining Phoenix Music. If you heard Helloween, if you don't live under a rock, they've been around for more than 30 seasons. I remember being in high school and listening to Halloween. So it's been a long time. So I'll post the link for the pre-order. So until next time, couchers, this is Hector, the shield dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.